Hello and welcome to yet another video, or at this point, just a video. I know this video might seem kind of random seeing as I've not uploaded anything on this channel for 8 months, but that's kind of what I want to talk about. This video is also going to be about motivation and what I really want to do with the future of my channel here, and how I really want to be a part of this community again, or just be a part of this community at all, because I think I got off to the right foot and then instantly just broke my ankle right off the first step. So I really want to go right into detail here. Okay, first, let's talk about motivation and exactly what I feel about my Total Pokemon Island right now. Let me just say the first mistake I made was putting 38 contestants in that show without even having any experience into doing any kind of PowerPoint shows in the past, and thinking I can do it because I thought I was Michael 545. Anyone who's planning on starting a new TPI series or any kind of Total Pokemon series at all, I strongly suggest that you really do not go over 30 contestants, or else you are going to have much more work than you anticipated for. It is much harder to come up with lots of character ideas, and I know you can think of billions and billions of character ideas that can help you along the way, and you don't want to pick and choose between them, but trust me, if you have more than 30 characters, you're going to realize that there's half your cast is just going to be irrelevant by episode 5. I know everyone has their own differing opinions on really exactly what the most important part of a Total Pokemon Island is, but if you were to ask me, it is guaranteed the characters. They make the show what it is. The premise doesn't matter to me, honestly. I know other people feel differently about that, but the premise doesn't really matter. No matter what, it's an elimination show. One contestant, or maybe two, for double eliminations get eliminated per episode, and blah blah blah. But what makes the episodes enjoyable, what makes people watch them, the characters and how they act and react to everything that happens. So I know I'm a little off topic now, but I just want everyone to know, if you're going to make a Total Pokemon, you have to have a low amount of characters. I know you have so many ideas of characters you can think of, like the jock, the smart guy, the evil villain, blah blah blah, but when it comes down to it, you can mix and match. You don't have to have one Pokemon per personality. You can have a little bit of variation, and I think that's what makes shows better, to be honest. Like having, I think a 20 character show and all the 20 characters are interesting in their own right, rather than a 40 character show where, the Pokemon are, you can think of like maybe 5 Pokemon that were even worth mentioning in the show. I guaranteed every time everyone's going to watch the one with the 20 Pokemon because the characters make the show what it is. Now, I know none of what I said in the last minute actually explains anything that I said I was going to do at the start of this video, but I just wanted everyone to actually know that, just in case if they come across this video and they're planning some kind of Total Pokemon series. So I just really want everyone to understand that characters having a smaller cast is better, and let's actually get on to what I was, trying to talk about in the start. That being motivation. When it comes to motivation, as far as I go, I'm pretty much out of it as far as my TPI goes. And it's not because I thought I did anything wrong in my TPI, it's just because of everything else that basically prevented me from doing my TPI. And, there's a whole story in this, so let's just kind of take this step by step. The first and biggest problem is school, and I know I keep on bringing this up, but it's an honest problem, and everything I say about it is true. You have to go to school, you have to be there, you have to work for school. It's not something you can avoid, and it's something you need to do, where TPI is something you can do, and it's your choice to do. So when it comes to my priorities, I think school should be number one, and that's a huge factor of why I've not actually uploaded anything, because I'm in my graduation year and I'm trying extra hard just to get into a good university where I might not even get accepted because everyone else has the exact same grades as I do because they're freaking doing the exact same thing as I am. It's hard, man. It's stressful, it's crazy, and I don't want to throw this video just aside just saying how fucked up the school system is, but it's there, and it's an actual thing that I have to deal with. But it's not like I don't want to do TPI either. It's not like I want to abandon this channel. It's not like I don't want to do anything on YouTube. I want to be a part of this community, and I want to be here. I want to just talk with people, and I already talk with my friend group on Skype. Most of them are part of the TPI community already. Bayo Cake, Stat Durant, Loco, etc. And I talk with them all the time, basically every day. It's been like that for the past like 3, maybe 4 months now. But when you have people constantly saying, upload episode 4, make episode 4, you have to focus on school, but everyone's still telling you, oh, by the way, make episode 4. It's even more stress that you have to handle with, and you know, you want to just say, no, I can't, but you don't want to do that at the same time because, you know, I want to do this. I want to be here. And I want to be a part of this community. And, you know, when people start making freaking memes out of Make Episode 4 and the freaking Skype calls, you know, it really takes away at you, and that's how you lose motivation. When people are starting to actually make a joke out of what you haven't done yet, and, you know, that's basically where most of my motivation has been lost along with school. Anyway, I think that's enough of the sad talk, and I actually want to go into the second part of this video that actually I really want to do, called let's call it the future segment, and the basically exactly what I'm going to be doing in this community from basically now on. Now, of course, the first question is going to be, are you actually going to make episode 4? And I'm going to be honest with you, the chances of that are actually pretty slim at this point. But the reason for that is because me, Dat Durant, BayoCakes98, and Starly2 Staravia were in a call about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and we all decided, you know what, most of us have basically no motivation to do our own respective TPIs at this point, and Dat Durant just finished his Season 1 of his Total Pokemon Island, so we're all kind of in a spot where we want to kind of have a fresh start something new, and we all kind of simultaneously decided that, you know what, screw it, let's just do the first ever successful collab ever. And you know what, I think it's actually gotten off to a really, really good start so far. We've already made a channel and we've uploaded some of the character introductions for it, and we plan on finishing them relatively soon, within the next at least 2 weeks. And we've already started even working on episode 1, so I'm definitely trying not to jinx or be cocky here, saying how good this is going to be, but if you like my 3 episodes that I made, if you liked Dat Durant's TPI, if you liked BayoCakes' TPGO, if you liked Starly2 Staravia's TPI, you know, you're going to like this, you're going to enjoy this, and trust me, nobody's telling me to say this, I legit just simultaneously made this video because I felt like I needed to actually make a video at some point addressing exactly, you know, my status in this community, I guess, if anybody even knew I was still here. The premise to it is similar to Total Drama, except towards the end of the game, instead of having like one final challenge to determine the winner between the final 2, it's going to have a jury, just like in Survivor, and that's why we call it Poke Survivor, Cook Islands. The reason for Cook Islands is because we have 4 tribes, so that was just a random thing we came up with. We really couldn't think of anything better to name it, so whatever. But the reason it's Poke Survivor is because we wanted to put something a little different than a Total Pokemon Island, since basically every freaking day somebody comes out with a new one. We wanted to do something a little different, even if it's basically the exact same thing. So anyway, if you're interested in this, which I really hope you are, I'm going to leave the link to the channel in the description. I'm pretty sure it has around 28 subscribers. I saw that around an hour ago or so. I'm also going to leave every one of the people who's collabing on it in the description as well if you want to check out their channels, but to be honest, you probably already know them if you know me. Anyway, but, you know, just in case. And one little thing before I end this video, I do plan on making another series, like a Total Pokemon podcast kind of thing, where I can bring on some of my friends and we can talk about Total Pokemon in general and maybe how people can improve on their Total Pokemon, like what I was doing at the beginning of this video, saying how it's better to have smaller casts and stuff. I'm thinking about making a series of just expanding on that idea and bringing out some of my friends from, you know, my Skype calls usually, and we can talk about maybe what the best thing to do for any kind of given situation is. Like, you know, we can go with characters, like what makes a better villain, what makes a better premise, and so on. I thought it would be a cool idea, and maybe even we can bring on some of the smaller people in the community as well. I know I'm not too big myself, but I feel like I'm reasonably known, at least by most of the people here, whether they like me or hate me. I know I can think of one person who definitely does not like me that much. I won't name them though. It's just a little idea that I thought about. I know Loco was interested in doing it, and I think Dat Durant said he might do it as well. So, you know, hopefully this can get off the ground and maybe I can become a little more relevant and a little more known in the TPI community, because I love helping other people out. This is kind of what I love to do the most, to be honest. And, you know, who knows, maybe it can even become the next Killer Keemstar of this community. We'll just have to wait and see, and basically see you in 12 years, because that's probably the next time I'm actually going to upload anything on this channel. So, yeah, bye.